Okay, our next topic is the atropine. We are discussing plants as a sources for drugs, and actually we want to discuss the five plants or the five drugs which are actually coming naturally from the plants. The very first drug we have discussed about is the artemisinin, right, which is an anti-malarial drug. Then second drug we have discussed is the Taxol drug, which is an anti-cancer drug. And now in the third, we are going to discuss the atropine drug. Okay, what is the source of the plant? What is the nature of this chemical compound, and how it is medicinally used? This will be the part of this particular video lecture. Okay. Now consider this is your syllabus. We are dealing with the paper number 1 and the chapter number 4, that is plant resource development, and we are here at the drugs. Okay, that is the plants as a natural sources for the drugs. Now consider when we talk about the atropine, this is quite a famous natural drug which is coming from the plant. Okay, it's a natural drug. Okay, so first point you should remember about this particular atropine drug, that it is coming from the plant which is called as the Atropa belladonna. Okay, carefully remember the name Atropa belladonna. Okay, and you should underline it as it is an botanical name. And which part of it is actually act as a source for atropine? From the root portion, this particular atropine is extracted. Okay, so specifically in the Atropa belladonna plant, in the root section, you will find the presence of atropine. And to which family this particular Atropa belladonna belongs? It belongs to the Solanaceae family. Carefully remember the name of the family, because in the UPSC maths, of course, they will ask you about the family of the plant which is naturally producing the drugs. Okay, so Atropa belladonna is the natural source of atropine, and it is coming from the root portion, and it belongs to the Solanaceae plant family. Like the any other drug, it is also a secondary metabolite. Okay, it is a secondary metabolite which is produced by the Atropa plant, right? And this secondary metabolite belongs to the class of secondary metabolites called as the alkaloids. Okay, it belongs to the alkaloids, and a subclass of the alkaloids is called as the tropane alkaloid. Okay, carefully remember the classification of this particular chemical compound, that it is a secondary metabolite. It belongs to the secondary metabolite class called as the alkaloid, and the subclass called as the tropane. Okay, now let us come to the main part, how medicinally it is used, how the atropine is used in the for the medicinal industry. Okay, now see, when we talk about the atropine, the first thing come to your mind should be the eyes. Okay, it is largely used in case of the treatment of eyes. For example, just before the surgery, to dilate the pupil, this particular atropine is used. Okay, so for the dilation of the pupil just before the surgery, it is the atropine is a chemical compound which is used to be dropped into the eyes of the patient. Okay, just before the eye examination. Now in case of the amblyopia, okay, the very specific eye condition which is called as the amblyopia, this amblyopia is nothing but called as the lazy eye. Okay, carefully remember, it is called as the lazy eye. In case of the treatment of this lazy eye or called as the amblyopia, this particular atropine chemical compound is very useful. And not only this, these particular atropine chemical compounds are used for the treatment of low heart rate as well. Okay, so nowadays multiple applications are found regarding this particular chemical compound called as atropine, and it is not only used in case of the eye problems, but is also used in case of the low heart rate. Okay, so basically when you talk about the atropine, it belongs to the plant called as the Atropa belladonna. It coming from the root portion, and it belongs to the Solanaceae family. It's a secondary metabolite and belongs to the alkaloid called as the tropane alkaloid, and it is very useful in case of the eye treatment to dilate the pupil just before the eye examination, and for the condition like amblyopia, which is also called as lazy eye, and it is also useful in case of the very low heart rate. Okay, so this portion will be important from the UPSC mains examination point of view, because in the mains you have to mention the name of the chemical compound, okay, name of the drug. Then after that you have to name the botanical name of the plant to which this drug belong, and then the family name will be very important. Okay, and after the family name you have to give most important part, which is called as its medicinal properties. Okay, and then and only then you will get the full marks. All right, so this is all about the atropine.